Good morning, Dopey. Your favorite podcast. Now a YouTube show.
Good morning, Dopey, and welcome to Good Morning, Dopey, our deep, yet often shallow dive into the daily reflections. My name is Dave. I'm very red. Don't you think I look red, Howie?
It looks normal to me.
Do you think I look tan? Leathery?
You have a beautiful tan.
It looks like,
Yeah,
I think I'm in
real
pre-leather Jew. This is pre-leather Jew phase for me.
Is that a thing?
You know those leather Jews that hang out by the pool? Their skin is like very tan and leathery.
I'm gonna say yes.
Do you not know of the leather Jew?
No, I've never heard of that before.
I actually just created the phrase recently. But did you never vacation to Florida with your grandparents?
No.
Well, most Jews in New York have grandparents that at some point lived in Florida.
Right.
Many of these grandparents that lived in Florida flock to these elderly communities.
Sure.
These elderly communities often have clubhouses. Some have golf courses.
Sure.
Armadillos wandering around.
I've seen that.
And a pool.
Yeah.
And at the pool, the Jews lie in the sun and become leathery, which makes them leather Jews.
Leather Jews. And that's only Jewish people.
No, there's a gamut of leathery old folk by pools.
But
the leather Jew is a very
Is the
specific subset of old folk by pools.
What do you
My
call someone
neighbor
who's not Jewish and leathery?
Just leathery.
Leathery. Leather Jew.
Leather Jew sounds good. It's like a leather gay. It's like a leather gay is like a motorcycle gay guy, but a leather Jew is like my neighbor Elliot, the father-in-law. He hangs out at the Byron Lake pool and he gets very leathery. And I'm on my way. Look at me. I'm on my way to leather Jew.
I hope so.
Lethargy
Can't happen soon enough.
versus leather Jew.
Right.
Anyway, so I'm looking for a couple of what do you call them?
Hookers.
Comments
Okay.
online. There's a ubiquitously overwhelming love of the nickname Howard Beach.
Yeah, you told me.
Did you not notice that?
No, I didn't notice.
A lot of people in the audience. Here, I'm going to read some comments.
Please.
I actually found the episode where you and I sang Frank Sinatra, or maybe we sang, maybe it was the episode. I think it was where we sang Frank Sinatra.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Lamb says, the guitar playing is always great. We can all pitch in and buy you a tuner. Cheers to you, Dave, and Howard Beach. Scotty Beans says, we, Dopey Gang, loves it, Davey boy. Mad props, kid. Sloppy Jones says, awesome, magnificent, love, love, love it. Mr. Howard Beach Bucksbaum's singing was phenomenal.
Okay.
And Detroit Dopey David always brings the fire. Absolutely adore it. Made my fucking day, brochachos.
Wonderful.
Nicolette Wood says that was awesome. I don't think I've ever had that biggest smile on my face at 6:30 in the morning. Taser, old school, huh?
I said, look at that.
Taser,
Sure.
old school
Dope.
dope.
Yep.
Says, I love fucking Dopey YouTube, man. I will try to spread the good word. You deserve more than 40 views for a video.
I agree.
Ari Markler says, I love when you play the guitar, Dave, and Howie does a lovely Tina Belcher impression. Ugh. I don't know.
Who's that?
I don't know. Amy Hopler Mitchell, that was great.
Yeah.
Sly Thigh, which I think is Catherine, she says the pipes on Howard. And Jeffrey Loparto sums it all up when he says, ouch. So thank you for your comments. We love comments. And subscribe and all that shit. And today is June 19th. June 19th is the day.
Juneteenth. Isn't June?
Oh, it's Juneteenth. I didn't know about Juneteenth until like last year or 2 years ago. Did you?
Yes.
How long have you known about it?
I don't know. How long have I known that something is a day?
Yeah, how long have you known about Juneteenth?
I'm going to say, I don't know, junior high school?
And you never knew about leather Jews and you knew about Juneteenth?
I've heard of Juneteenth, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know how I didn't. I went to like the wokest high school in the world.
It wasn't a national holiday.
I don't know why they didn't talk
so you
about
wouldn't
it.
have been off.
It's very possible I didn't pay attention though.
Right.
Because
yeah,
I'm very prone to not pay attention. I'm having a hard time finding this daily reflection, Howard. I lost the book. I had 2 copies of the book, and they're just gone.
Why don't you just search for Daily Reflection?
Don't tell me what to do, Mr.
You want me to
Beach.
tell you how to Google it?
Why don't you read the fucking Daily Reflections?
Oh, could you imagine?
Howard Beach Bucks.
Search for Daily Reflection.
Here we
and
go.
to
I found. I
this-
just shut up. I found it. AA regeneration.
That's what I was saying.
Such is the paradox of AA regeneration. Strength arising out of complete defeat and weakness. The loss of one's old life as a condition for finding a new one. 1,000 Beatings by John Barleycorn. Do you know what that is?
No.
Did not encourage me to admit defeat. I believe it was my moral obligation to conquer my enemy friend. At my first AA meeting, I was blessed with a feeling that it was all right to admit defeat to a disease which had nothing to do with my moral fiber. I knew instinctively that I was in the presence of a great love when I entered the doors of AA. With no effort on my part, I became aware that to love myself was good and right as God had intended. My feelings set me free where my thoughts had held me in bondage. I am grateful. One of the guys who has been on Dopey and he's a pillar of the meeting I go to, always says, surrender to the winning side. You know, it's like there's no surrender to. That doesn't sound good right now. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Is the winning side being sobriety?
Yeah, it's like
surrender to the program?
Well, surrender is a huge part of recovery.
Okay.
And a lot of stubborn people say they never want to
I don't think you're
surrender.
allowed to say that.
Huh?
I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Say what?
Stubborn?
A lot of stubborn people don't want to say surrender.
Yeah.
Never surrender, you know.
I don't understand
Never give
why.
up. It's like an American dictum to never surrender. We don't surrender. Our colors don't back down.
But
We
you're
don't
talking-
give up.
You're talking specifically about...
Specifically about everything about surrender. Surrender is not a concept that Americans embrace.
Okay.
The concept of surrendering to victory.
Got it.
Americans don't embrace that concept. However, in AA, the idea is you surrender because you've already lost.
Yeah.
It's over. You know, what are you trying? It's like, I mean, like, that's what I say. You know, did you ever see the movie Airplane?
Yes.
My favorite part of Airplane is it goes to the TV set and there's a commentary on TV and he goes,
Yeah.
Shayna, they bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash. You remember that?
Nope.
You don't?
No. Not really. I remember...
It's
Do
the
you like
best.
Gladiators, Bobby?
It's the best. I'm gonna have to bring it up.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Hold on.
So what you're saying is that Americans don't want to surrender. So there's a big problem
on,
because
shush,
the
shush,
program is
hold on.
asking for that. Oh, this is more important.
They bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
Anyway, I don't know what that has to
What
do
a
with this.
thick Southern accent that guy has.
It's not Southern.
What is it?
I don't know. Let's hear it again. I think it's
You have
like
to
a
double check. There's nothing more Jewish than that accent. What do you mean? Hold on, I'm gonna cough off camera.
They.
They knew what they were getting into.
They were getting into.
I say, let them crash.
It's very
I
Jewish, but it's
say.
not typical Jewish. It's
No,
like TV
New
Jew.
York. Yeah,
TV
it's
Jew.
Little New Yorky. All right, so we're talking about surrendering. So you're saying people don't want to surrender, but it's a big part of the program to be able to surrender because you've already lost. You're not winning. It's not working out for you. Just let the program work. Is that why you're surrendering? Let the program do its thing?
Yeah, you're giving up.
Yeah.
You're giving up.
You're relinquishing control. Right? Isn't that what it's about? That you can't control. It's not working when you're in control.
You're admitting to unmanageability.
Right.
You know,
I think that's...
you gave me a timer on the screen and you never run it.
Well, it's a
You're
daily
like,
reflection. I give it to you for.
I want to know where we're at. Where are
I'll
we
tell
at?
you, Regs. I'll tell you exactly where we're at. Hold on.
People think I'm way too hard on you. Also,
You're at 45 minutes. No,
why'd you put
10
the timer?
minutes,
Why'd
10
you put
minutes.
the timer on there?
It's for interviews.
You usually pop it on 6 minutes in or something.
No, I always adjust. What the fuck? You're not present during the interviews. It's on always to the minute. I sit there with my little OCD and adjust the.
What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing. You're sitting at the desk getting all leathery.
All right.
So what did we learn today about the daily reflection? Let's sum this up.
That the paradox of surrender to win. You're surrendering to victory. And there's no shame in surrender. You know, you lay your weapons down by the riverside and head out. Have a good day.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
This is a very serious question.
Yes.
Is there a problem
Yes.
if you're, let's say, an alcoholic
Yes.
and you are a celebrity
Yes.
and you've got fame and you've got money?
I am a celebrity
celebrity.
alcoholic
I
with
said
fame
if
and
you.
money. Yes.
My question is there a problem because if you've got nothing...
I'm surprised you didn't comment on this shirt.
My
Wearing
shirt?
a button-down shirt.
Oh, your shirt?
Oh, and
That's
you're
your
wearing a
Florida
Katz's shirt.
That's your Florida.
That's
your
my leather
Florida
Jew
leather
shirt. Yeah. Anyway.
If you've got nothing,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yes.
You really have no choice but to surrender, right? You have nothing to lose.
Right.
You know, you're at the bottom.
Yes. I know where you're
But
going with this question.
if you're a celebrity
Yes.
and you've got fame
Yes.
and that's a certain addiction,
Yes.
and you've got money and that's a
Yes.
certain addiction,
Yes.
you really, it's like, why should I even bother?
The word we're looking for is unmanageability or bottom. It's different for everybody. When someone feels like they've gone as far as they can go, that's when they're like, I gotta fucking make a change here. I gotta find some surrender because I'm in unmanageability. Like, how many times, you know, have you heard the story of somebody with all money and this and that and their life is horrible? Like,
Right.
You know, the Josh Peck story or whoever. You know, Josh Peck is coming on Dopey soon. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't know who he is, but he will be on Dopey soon. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. I wonder if it's more difficult because you have a lot to lose. And so it's harder to say, I'm going to
Well, I mean, I think a
surrender.
lot of those, one of my favorite shows in the history of television was Behind the Music. And 9 out of 10 Behind the Music episodes that nobody got clean until they lost everything. You know, so like they needed to not be the rich celebrity to get better.
Right.
But nowadays it seems like, I think spirituality and wellness and living your best life are
Yeah.
so in vogue that it's obvious when you're fucking suffering.
Yeah.
You know?
And there's also less of a stigma, I think, publicly. What is that, a wolf?
That's the dog.
Oh. There's less of a stigma publicly around recovery.
Yeah, there's
So
very little
you
bit
hear
of a
people
stigma.
going in and out of recovery every 5 minutes, and that's just what you do.
Yes. Thank
Cool.
you. Thank you, Mr. Beach. Stay strong, Dopey Nation, and fucking toodles for Chris. I got to check on the dog.
Dopey, I'm face down on the floor. Dopey, please sir, can I have some more? Dopey, said Dopey.